Okay, so I'm just kind of I'm on my bed and want to make a video because that's how I do. I just got done talking to like AI. I was using ChatGPT in the past, and I was trying to use it in kind of like a learning way. But okay, so my perspective is from somebody who used to focus on UX UI, so like very much Steve Jobs, like like what's user friendly, whatever, like just kind of thinking of all that. Um, and the utilization in terms of visual representation and how to like basically like the orbital cortex, like a piercing ability. I know I sound crazy, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm over describing my perspective, so um but anyway, I've decided to not use ChatGPT for informational stuff, but then I started using it for like I downloaded this app for like mental health and stuff like that, and it's kind of like it's almost like I've been getting like daily sessions in basically just kind of going over my feel, like it does kind of like leans towards more focusing on how I feel and whatnot, and it, like it asks all these kind of like penetrating questions after you say whatever their prompt is or whatever. So but it did kind of I did somehow figure out how to make it work for it got me really wanting to do art projects, and like I already told somebody that I was going to draw them, and but it made me kind of almost want to expand it more, because I was like, well, technically due to their profession, this kind of almost goes in line with the project that I had previously. Like I think I mean, whoever's watching my channel knows that I was talking about like oceans, or not oceans, ocean only tarot before, because like I was trying to make a deck or whatever. And so I'm kind of like I didn't really think about it, but that's actually another possibility to do during this break. But I mean, like, the days are passing by and I'm gonna have less and less time to do stuff. So I'm just like, but it's making me think, like, bruh, maybe I need to go back down that route where I was trying to do, like, a little self business and trying to make my own products because I'm an artist and all that. So I'm like, oh, that would be kind of cool. Um, but the hard thing about that, though, is my current supports um don't promote that. The people currently supporting me in this moment in time, like there's only two paths. It's either get like a 9 to 5 job or continue down to school, and school is kind of almost like the middle path. Like it's neither here nor there. Like it could still function in some sort of way for me during this time. So like that's kind of like I don't want to jump the boat if there's no flood or if it's not sinking, like so I'm like so so I'm just like, okay, well, I gotta do that. But and like that was the whole point of like I was going to focus on that during the break, was just like kind of like a project, but it's more like school based, so it's like not really like not a personal project, just more like what I should be doing or whatever. But like kind of what I'm wanting to do now is like to work on that project. But the thing is, though, I get so caught up in like the creative process, I kind of go cuckoo, and like I get overly performative, and then people don't understand where I'm coming from, so they like lock me up in the fucking mental institutions and stuff like that. Like they don't understand my creative process. So that's my fear of going down that path again, is like, will I be able to recover by the time that I need to go back to school? And I'm kind of like, okay, I'm like leaning towards like 68% yes. So I mean, like that kind of feels like a fair gamble, right? 68%. That's pretty um it's not 50-50, at least it's a little higher leaning towards getting it done and stuff. But like, I don't know. Like, and that's the thing too, is like, okay, so I already have the statistic in my mind. Why am I letting fear dictate that like 2%, or not 40, 32%? It's like, bruh, it's only 32% that you're letting that 32% of fear fucking dictate you. You should just kind of you should roll with that 68, you know? So yeah, I mean, like, there's always like the possibility, because like, you know, um, just because you have good odds doesn't always mean you check out. But that's the thing though, is like, it's something I want to do, like, and that's kind of a thing in itself too, because I mean, what if you were told you only had like 1% chance or whatever, but what if it was just like something that you really want to do? You don't even care if it succeeds or whatever, but you just want to do it, I mean, that's kind of like YOLO or whatever, like, but that's a reason in itself too. I mean, shit, man. But yeah, like, I'm just like, I'm gonna make this video, upload this, and probably go work on this. That's another thing though. It's like my stomach's kind of like, I had like a headache today. I think that's why I kind of like decided to like use that AI therapy thing, because I was like, I'm kind of physically not doing too well today, so I was just like, I didn't really want to take a break, or like I said, I really just want to do my to-do list and continue on with that. But it's like I had a stomach ache, I had like a headache, and like generally speaking, just kind of low energy. So I was like, like I do like when I'm feeling good, I follow my to-do list, right? But like if I am like at death's door, I'm not gonna fucking like, I'm not doing that. But like, because I was at my mom's house and like I got a lot of stuff done there. Surprisingly, I brought my computer with when I went over there, so like I got some stuff done, and because I didn't bring my timer, I just kind of collected all that time from when I was over there. So I kind of got enough to take a break anyway. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to overdo it for myself either way. But yeah, like after talking to the AI, I was like, yeah, maybe I should work on that project. That actually sounds like a good idea. So, it's kind of shitty because I'm like, well, there's like kind of, well, 3 parts to it that I can like just kind of speak on right now. So there's the creation, the fun part, it's like making it, designing it, all that kind of stuff, and maybe even hiring out for certain design aspects that maybe I could probably, like, I'm just gonna be honest, I could do 100% of it, but like, if I think somebody could do it better than me, then I will hire out. That's part of, I did that for my gaming project. Like, I had to have a sound engineer, and I had to have a coder or a programmer, because those are like, yeah, I could spend like 3 months learning those things and then trying to do it myself, but it's like, yeah, but there's somebody who already did that shit, and we could just vibe, and then I could pay them to do the part for me, like, it's like, that's kind of where it should go. But and I have even hired out for artists and stuff like that. And that's kind of hard because it's like, well, I'm an artist, so technically, like, I have a little higher standard for that. And, well, not really, because I, like, I've worked for some clients, like, as an artist, that, like, require, like, 100% perfection, or, like, they want you to mimic some sort of, like, style exactly. And that's insane to ask anyone to do unless that is their specialty. Like, don't go around to other artists expecting them to do that. Find somebody who has that skill in particular. Like, look for that person in particular. Which is a very rare skill, and so, like, you paying the amount that you're not valuing that skill as highly as you should, because if you did, you would be spending more money on that. So, like, okay, based off of my skill set, based off of what I'm asking for, I usually accept people within 80% likeness, So, 8, did I say 8? I meant 80. I'm so sorry, 80% likeness. So like it doesn't have to be exact, but like if it has the same kind of like spirit or like a pretty like a similar style, then because like, okay, look at like the Zelda franchise, like that's changed throughout the years, but like there's a certain something that keeps it Zelda, if it makes any sense, like not just the characters and everything like that, but there's some sort of generally like accepted kind of some sort of look they're going for most of the time. So yeah, that's basically kind of how I usually do it. But yeah, so I just I feel like yeah, there's God, there's the gaming project I could work on, but I feel like if I started doing that during the break, I would have a hard time going back to school. So that's why I'm like I think the tarot deck is a little bit more like I could get really into it and like do the research and do that, but it's not like to where I would get too consumed or invested to where I couldn't come back out of it to then go back to do schoolwork. Like with the Pixie Road thing, no, that would be so hard for me. Like, cause like I just want to stay making Pixie Road. Like then I would not want to go to school. So or I would stop focusing on schoolwork in general and just work on Pixie Road stuff, But yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be a short one. I know, like, I had a few, like, hour-long videos in the, like, these past couple of days, but, like, a lot's happened, so, but, like, for right now, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet and be just like, I'm gonna work on projects right now. So, yeah, anyway, take care, be good, bye-bye.